I I wasn't really planning on streaming, but I couldn't help myself. I just 10 minutes ago I got into the groove of like, man, I could be streaming right now. I'm kind of feeling it. I could be doing it. I could get to Katamari. So why not? I'm here, Katamari, on the roll. I'll roll it. I could get, I've talked about this before, but I could get a schedule going. I don't know. Maybe I would be able to prep myself for that, but it is kind of fun to just be able to be like, well, I feel like streaming. Time to stream. The downside to it, I think, is that people having no clue when to show up, when to watch, what, you know, whatever, you know, right? But that said, there's a freedom. Monkey Craft. I'm just doing it for fun. I think I have no clue how close I am to finishing Katamari. The second one. This could be the final stream. This could be it. Let me check the audio a little bit. Okay, I think it's probably good. Probably. You know what? If this is the final Katamari, might as well watch the intro. Intro. We do love Katamari. I have not finished this game yet, but I've been calling it my favorite game of all time. But I think I can say that, you know, having played the first one, and having now almost finished the second. I'm really, you know, in comparison, the third, no, I keep calling it the third, but it's not the third. The upcoming Katamari game has an amazing opening. They really put everything into the next Katamari with, like, budget and everything. Thank you, no problem, dude. Let's get to it. I could go for, yeah, dip. I want to be dip. It says 30% there, but I think that's, you know, I think I'm pretty much done with the main story. Could this be it? I couldn't play any of the other games, but I managed a bit of Katamari. Alright. I can feel it. I vibe with it. Ooh, I vibe with the aesthetics of the King of the Cosmos, but at the same time, I have been thinking about that, like, what is good for a wacky aesthetic? Because I like that kind of wacky aesthetic, but I think it would be misplaced if I don't know, if I showed up dressed like that. I don't think that would suit me. But I think there's some kind of wacky aesthetic I could do. I don't know what that is yet. Is there like a somber, crazy guy? I don't know why, but the first thing that came to head is like Balan Wonderworld. I don't know, I think, honestly, I've seen some of Balan Wonderworld art, the concept art, and I've just been like, you know what, I kind of vibe with the look of it, but I think that's, you know, I wouldn't say that Balan Wonderworld is like a bad-looking game in terms of style and aesthetic. I think it's kind of interesting. I think maybe, you know, the bad gameplay is what rubs people the wrong way, and that makes, like, the stuff that really sticks out and stands out in Balan really make you feel like, wow, everything is, like, annoying and irritating me. I don't know, though. I am really curious. I'm playing the game now. Part of it is kind of the aesthetic, I guess. Part of it is just purely aesthetically. Like, there's another game, what's it called? Dreams? I believe it's like the same character designer and everything. And I've never played a Dreams game, but I do want to play it purely because of the aesthetic. Like, I remember back in the day just be looking at that art back in the Dreamcast days and being like, this looks like interesting. But I don't know, I was never like, I gotta go get Dreams. I didn't know anything about it. Even to this day, I don't think I actually know what the gameplay of Dreams is. Alright, can't... Okay, I think it's purely just how much I can get within this time. No worries. But gotta get a Dogu. Man, I feel like there are so many games I want to play. And I guess part of it, I feel like for the past 2 years, it's kind of been like, whoops. I think that's fine. Part of it has just been like, I think for the past 2 years I've been like, I kind of want to get some streaming going so I can play these games, and I've kind of just been waiting on playing these games. Like, other than that, I've just been playing, like, Crusader Kings 3, and I think that became too much, like, that was all I was playing. I think that was infecting my mind. Wait, oh man, I just realized my mic is super high up. Maybe this sounds better. Alright. And now that I've gotten into... I keep saying this, I've gotten into games again, right? And it's not really that I've been, like, away from video games. I haven't taken a break, really. But I feel like the variety of games is something that I have lacked. Because I feel like I've only been playing, like, the same games over and over again. And now I'm sort of breaking that and getting into, like, time to play something new. I don't know. I guess that's not really, like, getting into games again. I've been a game enjoyer. But I think Katamari is like a great example of a game that I've been interested in for a long time. And I just never got into. Until like, well, it wasn't the stream. Hello, Matthias. Hello, Steezy. I vibed with the aesthetic and style of Katamari for so long, and I think it was only like 2 years ago I played the first Katamari. And I loved it. And I was just like, my god, I've waited that long for that? I could have been playing that the entire time? What a fool. And now I'm feeling that same way again. But with other games. I am at a performative male and masculine competition. What does that even mean? Like, what do you... what do you do there? Is it like just who can be the most manly? What is your plan? Are you competing or are you just an observer of men? What would I do to be the most man? I don't know, I've never really been like, how should I put it? I said it again. I've never been super, like, you know, yes, I am competing. Oh, okay, now I'm very curious. How are you competing? I'm very curious. I would say I've never really been, like, insecure about my masculinity or anything. Like, it's like people who listen to Claro and drink matcha. Wait. Performative male... So it's not... it's not... Wait. Oh, a performative male competition. Oh, okay. I thought it was who could be the most man, who could be the most masculine. Right, now I get it. Oh, man. Maybe I would win that without even trying. I would just be like, yeah, I like musicals, and I drink matcha, and I go to coffee shops to draw. And people would be like, he's got it down. He's like, he's winning this one. Actually, there is way more to it, isn't there? Like, you have to, like, do things intentionally to grab women's attention. You have to be like, yeah, I read I can't even remember the name of a famous feminist writer. Okay, I'm not winning the competition. Have I even been down here before? What the hell? I don't recognize this place. No, I definitely have. Right, this is the pixel art place. It's just been a long time. Bell hooks. Interesting. Interesting. I don't even know what a bell hooks. What does that even mean? If I were competing in a competitive, performative male masculine. Oh, right. Okay, I thought that was a thing. I was thinking of someone else. Some French name. That's all I can remember, but she's a French author. And she's in a song by that band. I don't remember the band name. Great. I keep saying these things. She's French name, and I think it will come to my head. And it did not come. Then I thought, well, someone sings it in a band. That band, and I thought the band name would come to my head, and it did not. If I were competing, sure, Matcha. That's a good one. Go to, of course. Maybe have like something regarding musicals? Or would that... I feel like that's almost like... That's not in right now. Like, musicals would be more of a go-to back in the day when, like, I'm not throwing away my shot thing happened. Hamilton. That would have been more in the Hamilton era. I think now that's out. People don't really care for that. I guess I'm failing. Performativeness. And I have no clue what's in now. However, if I were to compete in being the most man, I don't even... Actually, I have nowhere to go there either. I would fail at that as well. Okay, we're almost done. Cow? Gotcha. Doesn't really count, though. Anyway, I wish you the best, Steezy. Hope you win. Man, how would you dress for that? There has to be a balance between, like, what people find attractive and what is in. I guess that's why I'm failing to come up with anything. All of my fashion is stuff I buy at Uniqlo. And I kinda like that, because it makes me look like a cartoon character in a textbook, where they are just wearing, like, completely plain clothing. I'm wearing corduroy pants and a knitted shirt with sleeve... Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Corduroy pants. Interesting, interesting. I used to have a corduroy shirt, and I liked it. It felt good. I don't know if I could go with corduroy pants, though. I think that might be too much. I've lived my entire life, I don't know, wearing jeans, I guess. Jeans and shorts. Let's go. Let's get to it. Nah, 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 nah. Same song. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot you can change the music in this game whenever you start a level. I completely forget that each and every time. It's weird to me that matcha is, like, so popular now. And I'm afraid that it's not here to stay, and I'm afraid that it's here to stay for the wrong reasons. Like, of course people are allowed to like matcha, and of course it has been around. But I just wanted more matcha-like things. But in the right ways. I've talked about this before. But vanilla in matcha is disgusting. It's so gross, and people keep doing it. They keep adding vanilla to matcha. Actually, I would say vanilla does not suit, like, most drinks at all. It suits, like, baking stuff, sure. Vanilla in, like, I don't know, pastries is awesome. Vanilla in ice cream, milk, whatever. It's awesome. But, I guess milk is where it counts. Because I've had, like, I don't know if most people even know this, but, like, almost every kind of milk is flavored with vanilla. And if you ever have, like, milk that is, like, unflavored, it's disgusting. I learned that the hard way, where I was like, I'm gonna, surely it won't taste, like, different, right? But it just tastes like licking the skin of a cow, like how a cow smells. That's like how unflavored milk tastes. I can't gatekeep matcha. Not me. No, no, no. Hello, Derpy. I don't know. I guess I am a little bit gatekeeping it. I won't. I'm just saying. No vanilla, alright? No vanilla. I don't know, surely there's like... Surely people can just like it for the taste itself. Oh man, I really want to get this guy. I feel like that's a hidden guy, right? No, that's just the prince. He's just there. He's not doing anything. He's just in an apple. Never mind. Oh, I'm failing this one. I completely messed this one up. I feel like these levels are really difficult though, where you're like, it's like difficult to know where to go for the big stuff. I get the joke. I bring my hat to you, Mr. Philippe. Good, good. Hello, Roger. Hello. What was the joke? What was the joke I was doing? Ah, I failed. Damn it. One more shot. How would you guys compete in being the most man? It takes a man to roll a man. Ah, right. I see. I just did not know what to put there, so it was the first thing that came to mind. Damn it. I really need to make use of more things in this game, like how you can speed things up, how you can twist and turn. Compared to the masters of Katamari, I am no one. I could see myself playing like Katamari a lot though. Maybe in due time I'll be a master at it. Like once I've finished this game, I don't even know if how you I guess you're finished with this when you finished the final cutscene. Which I guess I kind of already have done, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, maybe that's it. I think I actually have finished the game now that I think about it. It's just that, like, if you want to get the final cutscene, then you have to, like, go through every level, something like that. That would make sense. But you know what? I would not mind that. More reason to play Katamari. But yeah, speaking of masculinity, I don't think I've ever been like, I don't know, I think a lot of teenage boys kind of get obsessed with coming across as manly. And I've just never really felt any need to be like, oh, I gotta be a man. And I think maybe part of that is just like, I kind of feel like part of that is like my interest in Japanese media. Maybe gave me a different view of masculinity, because I was like listening to Gact. And to me, in my teenage years, if you had been like, who is the most manly man? I would have probably said like, oh, Gact. And Gact is like a very feminine guy. I'm comfortable with how unmanly I can come across, yeah. And I feel like the way I would phrase it because of that is sort of just like, I don't really see it's from a scale of 1 to 10 being a man. I just feel like there's different kinds of masculinity, right? There's different kinds of being a man. So I think my exposure to just like different kinds of like being a man from different cultures kind of just made me comfortable with being my own kind of man. I mean, I had long hair when I was a teenager, down to like my shoulders, and people would be like, oh, you wanna like be a girl? And I just didn't care. Because it's like, who cares? Like, I'm just doing it because it looks nice. But I could definitely see like someone being uncertain about it because of that. Damn it. Remember the Parappa? Oh, I do remember that. That's a really good one. Eleganto. I'm good. I'm satisfied. Gact is a fascinating figure even today. Because he's like, I don't know. he's kind of more perverted now, I guess. Maybe maybe that has changed about him. He's older and more perverted. But even at his like debut, his height, I think he was like 32 or something like that. He was quite old. Like when he was at his height. He doesn't even sound past... Yeah, he still looks really young. I think he's like nearing 60 now, isn't he? He might even be 60 years old. And at his height, when he was like at his peak popularity, he was like 33, something like that. He came into like entertainment quite late, I think. Or maybe he started early, but he was like in his previous band, Malice Miser. Right? I really hope I'm not confusing bands and embarrassing myself. Speaking of age, old woman needs my help. I listened... Actually, I just remembered this. The first digital music I ever bought was Gact. I bought Gact on iTunes because I had a period where I was like... This was before Spotify, when I was downloading every kind of music I could find that I liked. And... Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so big already. The first thing I ever bought was Gact. And I just, in that period where I was like, I'm gonna, like, buy all my music instead of pirating stuff. But all I had was Gact, so I just listened to a ton of Gact. And then I guess I got tired of it. I was like, this sucks. Why am I buying music? But he'll always, I don't know, not be in my heart for that, but I'll always remember him for that, I guess. Actually, one of my biggest idols as a teen wasn't even Gact. It was, but I don't know if people know this guy. He's, like, lesser known. The vocalist for Dear and Grey, Kyo. But he is a weird guy. Or at least back then, he was a really weird guy. Where, he would, like, cut himself on stage and stuff like that. He would, like, bring out a razor. Which, back in the day... As a teenager, I was like, wow, that is so cool. Now as an adult, I remember that, and I'm like, you need to chill out, man. You need to calm down. You shouldn't be doing that instead. You're giving yourself, like, permanent damage. And, he went, like, deaf in his left ear from not, like, doing proper exercise while performing on stage, or, like, wearing proper aid. And he has, like, permanently damaged his throat. You couldn't get away with half his life. I think there's in that case it's like reasonable not to get away with it. Oh my god, this is supposed to be 20 meters. Crazy. I think today that would not be met with like, wow, that is so cool. Look at that. Look at what he's doing on stage. Now people would be like, we need to like, okay, never mind, I got it. I was looking at the wrong thing, I guess. Nowadays, people would be horrified by it, but I think that is probably for the correct reason. But I think I watched an interview with Kyo, like, not too long ago, and he seemed, like, chilled out. You seem like very like normal now. Also, there's a story about Kyo that like I think about every now and then. Kyo, the vocalist of Daring Gray, he got into an argument with his parents when he was like 18. And it became like a huge argument. I don't think he ever said what it was about. But his way to solve the argument was to strip down naked and stand outside of her house. And people would look at him. And the idea was apparently that people would be so embarrassed that his parents would like just yield and be like, okay, okay, just come inside. I don't know, it seems like it worked. I don't actually know where to go anymore. Wait, what if... Okay, I don't actually know if this will work. Oh wait, this is one is new. I think that is a bit confusing. Sometimes it kind of like... It only says a level is new once, and then you have to sort of like guess what is new. Counter argument. Unzips pants. I'm sorry, Monpa. It has come to this. Wow, look at me. My god, look at this angle. This is kind of crazy. Okay, I'm floating down. No, I'm in the clouds. Okay, never mind. Oh, this is insane. Just when you thought all the variety of the game is over, you get this. I don't even know where to go. Wait, how do I leave this place? Wait, how do I collect a cloud? Okay, I got one cloud. Never mind. Man, I actually Daring Gray, I think what like brought me out of the band was learning Japanese. Because when I was like when I first heard Daring Gray, the Visual Kei metal band, I would listen to that music and be like, wow, this is beautiful. And Japanese is such a beautiful language, was what I thought. I was like, part of what motivated me to learn Japanese was just like hearing Daring Gray and being like, wow, Japanese is so beautiful. And then I started to learn Japanese and was like translating the lyrics, and I was just like, wow, this is cringe. Like actually understanding the lyrics made me go like, oh, this is just like really edgy and over the top, and like, and then I just stopped listening to it because I couldn't like relate to it anymore. And that was like, I don't know, a sad part about learning Japanese, I guess. It's like, I don't like it because the lyrics are bad. If I had never learned Japanese, maybe I would have been like a Visual Kei edgy kid even today. But learning Japanese ruined that for me. To grow is to recognize one's cringy past self. So true. Even now I cringe at myself, and maybe that's good. Like I cringe at videos I made a year ago. And I go like, oh, I thought I had it figured out, huh? It's a really interesting... This is... That guy over there is Raijin, the god of thunder. And he's often depicted with a specific kind of cloth, like around him. And what's interesting is that there may be a connection between that and Greek mythology. Where I think it was Hercules had a specific kind of cloth. Often depicted with that surrounding him. And that, like, monument of Hercules got sent to, or arrived in India somehow. And then that somehow translated to the Indian god of thunder, which then translated to the Japanese god of thunder. There's all these connections, and we can't actually conclude there's a connection between, like, Hercules and the Japanese god of thunder. But it is an interesting pattern, right? Like, we often think of Japan as being, like, so, like, isolated. And then you start to see all these influences from, like, Hinduism, and you're like, hold on. This isn't quite right. Oh, I want to redo this level. Wait, because did I get June? Oh. No, I did get it. Okay, I wanted to re-roll because I looked... Okay, I will admit, I looked up how to get, like... certain cousins, certain skins. And I really wanted one, and I think I got it now. So I think I'm satisfied. I want June. Because I saw one cousin, I was like, actually I saw two, but I was like, this one's too difficult to get. This one's pretty good. But now I have grown more attached to this one. Because I was browsing the Swedish eBay, you know? Can you just call it Swedish eBay? It's like a site like eBay, but it's in Sweden, right? And someone was selling, like, Katamari figures. So now I'm waiting on the figure of this one guy to show up in my mail. Like I call it a figure, but it's more like a keychain. I'm going to be a Katamari keychain owner. And it's going to be this specific guy. June, a very R little blue polka dot. I think canonically it's actually a girl. But I don't think it really matters. They're all cousins. Look at me. You're gonna be mine. Also, the new Katamari is kind of expensive. I mean, not really. It's the price of the new Mario Galaxy, I guess. 40 euros. But I'll pay it. I'll get the new Katamari. But I don't know if I'm gonna get it on the Switch, actually. I think I might get it on Steam. Because, what if it has, like, there's, like, a points shop on Steam, right? Where you can, like, unlock profile things, like wallpapers and backgrounds, and... I mean, that's the same thing. But you can unlock things. And what if the new Katamari game has a really good points shop, right? I'll have to check that first out. Check that out first. Then I can be like, alright. I know what to do. Oh god. Mushroom. I've actually grown to like mushrooms on pizza now, I think. I think I've just forced myself to eat it often enough. Where my dad has been like, do you want my leftovers? And I've been like, alright, fine. Damn it. Because I don't even like mushrooms. But just the excessive leftovers from my dad has forced me to eat enough mushrooms to be like, you know what? This will have to do. That's water down there, isn't it? Isn't it? I have to go. Nope. Okay. Like I was eating pineapple pizza not too long ago. And I was just like, man, I don't think I'm into pineapple on pizza anymore. I don't know, like, what happened? Like, did my taste buds change? Have I grown? Have I become an adult? It's kind of scary. People literally I have friends in real life who associate me with pineapple on pizza. People know that's my go-to thing. And now I'm like, I don't know if I like it anymore. It's too sweet. I would be fine with just ham. I'm recognizing my past cringy self. I honestly feel like there isn't really a great pizza topping, though. Like, I don't think there is a one pizza topping where I'm like, this is the best one. Like, ham works, but ham is, like, kind of boring also. And I do like pepperoni on pizza, but it's, like, dangerous to be a pepperoni fan, because pepperoni is so bad for you. I don't want to become too accustomed to being a pepperoni fan. I don't want to eat it too often. It's more like a desperate moment. I went to Denmark and I ordered pineapple pizza. And they gave me pineapple and pepperoni. And I didn't even ask for pepperoni. Apparently that's just a thing they do there. And that's a moment where I can be like, okay, yeah, this is fine. Oh god, I'm messing this up. No, okay. I'm good for now. Oh no, I didn't pick I thought I could pick them up. But I don't know. I think I could just be moving on. It's just a super interesting conversation. Pizza flavors. I don't know. I guess I think it's interesting. I feel like there should be a better go-to pizza though. Like mushroom is not it. Ham is too simple. Not enough. What does we go to in America? I guess it varies by state, right? Because it's America can be very varied with food. Like, was anchovies really popular on pizza, or was that a thing only in cartoons? That was like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I never tried pineapple on pizza, but I think I would probably like it. Yeah, pineapple is like good. I think that's just. Honestly, I mean, I think a lot of foods would be improved with pineapple. I was gonna say spaghetti, but maybe not spaghetti. I don't know, maybe not. But I think a lot of foods could be improved. There's probably some kind of pasta where you could add pineapple and you would be like, wow, this is really good. Not macaroni. I don't even know, like... I sound so, I don't know, torn about pizza. But I guess ham is fine. Ham, cheese, pizza is good. But I need vegetables. I need something. Okay, well I did not burn out. I mean, I didn't burn. No, wait, okay, no, we're good. Okay, I forgot to... I forgot to bring it back. I forgot you did that in this level. Never mind. I keep forgetting this. We could do it later. Oi. Is that me? Oh yeah, I read the news. Taco Bell is coming to Sweden. And I have no clue what to expect from that. I don't know if Taco Bell is good. I don't know if it's bad. I don't know what they have. They have tacos, I guess. It's gonna be exciting for me. Actually, KFC came to Sweden. That was god-awful. I did not like that. So maybe I should just expect it to be like KFC, but taco. I don't know, it's you can't really rely on fat. Oh my god, Haniwa, look at that. You can't rely on any fast food being good. It's like always a gamble. Maybe it's very basic to say, but McDonald's is pretty good. If you're gonna gamble with fast food, and you might as well go the safe bet. This OST is a vibe, yeah. It's really good. I will say, I think Katamari 2's OST is a bit more, like, poppy and calmer. I think the first one is maybe a bit more experimental. But I can vibe with it. And I did listen a bit to the OST of the new Katamari. And I kind of felt like it's more reminiscent of 2. It's a bit more poppy. And they have some, like, big stars on the new one. Like, not only Shell Miko, but they have, like, Yoroshika. And some other names I can't call. But I like it, but I don't know if I like most of them. It's just like kind of poppy. There is always the chance the next Katamari will be bad. But I still have my hopes up. Like, I watched a long documentary about the history of Katamari and every Katamari game. Did I call it documentary? It was a YouTube video. I watched a YouTube video about the history of every Katamari game. And turns out most of them are bad. Most of them are not good. But, I mean, I've only played the best ones, so I'm very happy with Katamari. But I would be really curious if they are ever going to make, like, a remake of the ones that flopped. Because there's always the chance they could improve it, right? Wow. Old coin. I don't... completely ran out of topics to talk about. So in my head, I was just like, what do I talk about? I had sushi the other day. No, not that. I had sushi the other day, and there was cream cheese in it. Should I talk about that? No, leave the sushi thing alone. But I had sushi the other day, and there was cream cheese in it. It was like a lot of cream cheese. I think cream cheese is relatively normal in sushi. But this was a lot of cream cheese. It was more like I had cream cheese with rice. It wasn't bad, but it was just a shock to the system. I love food. I guess that's the theme of tonight. I should make that into like I should have a theme for every stream. The theme for today is food. Also the theme of every stream. But now it's official. Scuba cat. Crab. I would like to... I feel like crab is like a kind of seafood that I would like to get into. Just for the aesthetics. Like, I don't even know if I've ever eaten a crab before, or had, like, any kind of crab meat. My theme song would be Dragon Force song, played in an organ piano. Oh. Do you think you will get to, like, choose your theme song? What if you don't get to pick? What if you said, Dragon Force, organ piano, but God said... No, no, no. And then I saw her face by what are we called? They're not called All-Star. Smash Mouth. I better be able to, or else I'm fighting God. Yeah. Maybe it's too evil for God. Maybe he's like, no, no, no. Don't have the rights. He wouldn't say that. He has the rights to everything, right? If you were a food... Now this is a bad topic. If you were a food, what food would you be? It gets too quickly this becomes about cannibalism. Damn, I always say, this is a really difficult level. I'm failing this one. But it really is a difficult one. You're just like floating around trying to get stuff. If I were a food, Maybe before I would have said pineapple pizza. Now, I don't even think I'm a pizza, man. Maybe I would just be meatballs. I guess that would suit me. I am a big fan of homemade meatballs. Actually, maybe I would be a pie. That works. I was playing another game the other day. 51 worldwide games. I would like to be a living fruit tree. I think that counts. Ah, 3 a.m. rice with curry. Okay, that's a really good choice. Can I'm gonna change my answer and say, yeah, fried chicken and curry and rice. That's me. I would like to be a living fruit tree. I don't know what that means, but what is a living fruit tree? Oh, a living fruit tree, like you are alive and you are a fruit tree. Okay, I will not forget this time. I have to get back with this, right? I will not forget. I don't know, what is... I don't think you can pick that. You can't just be a fruit tree, right? You can't just be a tree with any kind of fruit. You have to make your choice and stick with it. Are you an apple tree? If you were a tree, what tree would you be? And that would be whatever kind of tree that has bananas, you know? What are they called? What do you call that? You don't call it a banana tree, do you? I would call it a banana tree. I would be a banana tree. I think banana might be... I think that might be it. Why I'm not feeling with pineapple anymore. I just vibe with banana more as a fruit now. I'm still into the sweetness. But I don't want banana on pizza. Yes, I want sentience. Maybe... Oh, mango tree is a very good choice, yeah. Gosh, mango. Mango is also very good. I did not have mango for the longest time. I think I was like 25 when I first had mango. I want to be pepperoni, bell peppers, grilled onion pizza. That sounds pretty damn good. Also, hello, hey, biscuit. I think there was one stream where I said hello to hey, biscuit like 3 times. Because I will see that. Drinkwater streamer. I will see your name and just be like, hey, biscuit. And in my head, I go like, I need to say hello. Hello, hey, biscuit. Water. You're so cool you have to say her name double. It's so true. Maybe if we were simply talking about pizza, maybe I would still be a pineapple pizza, just in spirit, even though it wouldn't be my go-to pizza now. Aesthetically, spiritually, I am a pineapple pizza. And I haven't even found what comes next. I think ham. I think it's just ham. My name is the name of a Cookie Tim. A Cookie Tim? What is a Cookie Tim? Hello, Dip. Ah, Dip is so cute. Look at you go. Now I need to get a Dip keychain as well. I need to buy Dip merch. Have you guys ever had ginger cookies? I kind of like those because they kind of like burn your mouth. At least if they're really strong with the ginger. And it's like, man, this is good. Kuma-san kawaii. So true. So desu ne. Like a very cheap box of cookies from a dollar store. Okay, okay. Tin. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, I see, I see. Do you have any strong feelings about... Maybe you've never heard of this brand. Hello Panda, the Japanese cookies. I'm just assuming now that you're like a knower of cookies. Hello Panda is pretty good. Maybe not my favorite, but just as a quick snack, it's pretty damn good. I might actually prefer the koala ones now that I think about it. I don't remember the name, to be honest. But the koala Japanese cookies, pretty good. 1 minute. I'll just hand this in. Yeah, the chocolate koala ones, I don't think I vibe with the vanilla. We're coming back to the topic of vanilla again. But I've just had too many vanilla cookies at this point. All the Christmas crackers? Oh, yeah. Aren't they like ginger? Well, I guess Christmas cookies are just ginger and cinnamon, right? That's good. I'm a big fan of cinnamon. That's the other thing. There's too much vanilla in pastries, but it's also acceptable. I'm okay with it. But cinnamon is so good. That's such a good, like, go-to. Planet. Ika ramen. I had to look at it. I couldn't tell what that emote was. So I had to click and open it up. Man, it's been a long time now since I had ramen. All the ramen places in my city have become, like, really expensive. So I've just been avoiding them. I know I love it, but it's too much. It's too costly. Man, I would love a good pork ramen. The best ramen I've had wasn't even in Japan. It was, like, in a, like, obscure little place in Sweden. Run by, like, I don't know, it was I don't even know. I just looked at Google Maps and was like, this place is well known, apparently. Very high score, very high reviews, went there, amazing. Best ramen I've ever had. I don't even know if he's been like some guy who lived in Japan or something. Because I went to another restaurant in my city. And this is, I don't know, this is the kind of moment where I wonder if I might be like autistic. Because I walked into like a Japan shop. I don't know what to call it. I saw a shop on the road that was called something like Japan Imports. And I just wandered in there because the door was open. And I was like, huh. Curious, very interesting. And this is like a place that imports like different Japanese stuff. I would vibe with this. And while I was standing there, apparently an alarm had gone off. That there was like an intruder, and some guy came like rushing by, and he looked at me, and he was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was just like, "Well, I just wandered in." And apparently, maybe this is not my fault now that I'm actually describing it, because it was just open, right? The shop was open. So I assumed it was open, and I wandered in, and no one was there, but I was just like, oh, interesting shop. And apparently it had set off an alarm that someone had just, like, entered the store, that it was not supposed to be open. And then, you know, he seemed like he believed me, and things were sort of, like, de-escalated. And then another guy came over, and he was, like, the owner of the nearby, like, Japanese restaurant right next door. And then we got into a conversation because he was just like, he could tell immediately, like, oh, this guy is like a weeb. So we just talked about Japan, and he was a chef who used to live in Japan and made ramen. Based on that, I was like, crime time? Crime time? Well, unintentional crime is still crime. But it's forgivable, right? And this chef had lived in Japan. And I had his ramen, and I don't know, I didn't think it was that good. I guess that's my story. Well, actually, there's more to it. So, like, I think it was like, tell that to a judge. Well, maybe the judge will understand. Maybe the judge is a weeb, and he's done the same thing. But I talked to that guy. And there's like random pixel art at places. That's weird. And then I came by, I think it was like a week later or something like that, because I was like, well, I gotta try his ramen now. He hyped it up so much. And it was so disappointing. Wasn't that good. He had hyped it up like he's a master. I even read his website. And he was talking in third person about himself, like, Master Chef, blah, 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 blah. Studied in Japan for this long, and whatever. And, he was an interesting guy, though, because, like, when I was there in the shop, we kept talking. He recognized me, and he was like, we kept talking nice and friendly. But then he would talk to his coworkers, and he would be yelling in, like, Cantonese. And I could not tell if he was, like, berating... I don't know Cantonese, so I could not tell, like, if this was, like, he was genuinely upset at him. Or if this is just what Cantonese sounds like. But he was just, like, he would talk extremely nice and politely to me, and then break that to yell at people in a different language. It was just... I was caught off guard by it. That's the story. I guess that's it. Actually, there was another thing I just remembered, which was he told me about his sushi, right? Because he also made sushi. And he would, in Japan, they put wasabi in between the sushi pieces. Like, you don't pick and choose the wasabi with each piece. Like, it just comes with the sushi inside. And he is the only place I've ever encountered that did that in Sweden. And I can only imagine people would be so shocked. I don't know. It must be a shock to the system to encounter that if you have never experienced that before. But he insisted because, you know, he studied in Japan. He lived in Japan. So it was just like, I refuse. I refuse to do it any other way. It could be either, but our normal tone is pretty gruff. I'm Kanto too. Okay, okay. I have a friend who speaks Cantonese. And he told me the same thing, pretty much. But I don't know. I was kind of like, from my foreigner brain, I was kind of like, I think he might be yelling at him. I think he might be angry. He might be upset. But I can't tell. Also, his restaurant was really interesting, actually. Because it was also like, it was designed to look like a Japanese izakaya. And that's also the only place I've encountered in Sweden that looked like so genuine. And I guess all of that, like, the fact that he added all this genuineness to all of his food and his restaurant and tried to keep it, like, aesthetically the same, and, like, he put so much care into all this stuff, and then the food itself was just like, okay. But I don't know, maybe that is also authentic. I feel like Japanese food in Japan is also just like, I don't know, it's good. But it's also just like, I don't know, it's okay, it's food. I'll just grab these guys and go. Like, I've seen a lot of Japanese television, and people love food. They go like, sugoi! They can't believe how delicious and good the food is. It blows their mind how amazing it is. And then I went to Japan. I just never experienced that. I never experienced what happened on TV, where I just could not believe it. Where I out loud go like, suge! It just didn't happen, but it was good. I think maybe, like, what makes Japanese food good is just, like, high standards and high quality. Like, or maybe high standards for quality, like, choices. They always pick, like, or maybe not always, but the places I went to picked, like, good quality food, even when the food itself was just okay. I was never afraid of getting, like, I don't know, like a bad vegetable or a bad noodle. Have I beaten the game? But how do I actually... What happens now? I'm gonna try this. This might not work. But there is the whole dog thing, right? Man, look at that elephant. What a beauty. Dog. One of my guilty pleasures is watching girl comedy group videos of idols trying out foreign food joints. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. I mean, I do the same thing, but it's just like old comedians in their 50s to 60s. So I think we're on the same page. It's just like, I'm watching very old men, and they're doing the same thing. Like, Gaku no Tsukai has this, like, interesting bit where they will pick food. Or what is it? Like, they will go to restaurants that are all the same kind of, like, food place, I guess. And they will just keep eating food. And the person who is unable to finish the food will have to pay for every meal. And this is how they decide, I guess, who pays for the food. Like, you will just keep eating and eating. What's her name again? Gaki no Tsukai. I can write it down. They will just keep eating and eating food. And once you can't finish, you have to pay for, like, every single meal you've encountered. And it can go on for, like, 7 restaurants, right? And you have a very good motivation to keep eating. It also feels a bit dangerous, right? I don't know, maybe you should not be doing that, right? And especially now that they're, like, very old. I think maybe they should, like, tone that down. But you know what? They keep doing it, and it still is entertaining. And something that adds to it is, like, they will always have a hat on. Like, if they're eating spaghetti, they will have a spaghetti hat while they're doing it. If they're eating, like, pork, they'll have a pork hat. Yo, there's one of Shimura-ken. Oh, man, Shimura-ken. Yeah, he used to be, like, they would often do stuff together back in the day. I think later on, they sort of, like, they didn't, like, have a fallout or anything like that, but they stopped working as much. I think they wanted to keep things... Oh, hello, mate. Hello, hello. Mail. Thank you for follow. But yeah, Shimura-ken. Sad. I was very sad when he passed away. He's always been there, man. Actually, I think my earliest introduction to Japanese comedy was Hard Gay. Does anyone remember Hadoge? And he is still funny to this day. He doesn't really do the Hard Gay comedy act anymore, but he still is like a very talented and interesting guy. Like, even outside of that. And he kind of quit show business to pursue, like, painting, which is interesting. He's just like a traditional painter now. And he sells, like, paintings. Have I reached the goal, maybe, potentially? I'll keep doing it anyway. But that was my introduction, and this was, like, one of my final products in school, was I built a website. Like, you sort of, like, built a website around an imaginary thing, and I built, like, a web shop thing. I would not be able to do this today. It's crazy that I did that back in the day. I've only done that once, like, build a web shop kind of website. Now I would be completely lost how to do that. Which brings us to our sponsor, Squarespace. I'm not sponsored by Squarespace. That would be such a perfect introduction. He voiced the Lorax? I didn't know that. Something interesting about Gaki no Tsukai, though, is that Hamada, one of the guys, the very angry guy who looks like a gorilla, he voiced Shrek, and he's voiced Shrek in every Shrek film in Japan. So now you can imagine that when you see the angry gorilla guy, you can be like, that's a Japanese Shrek. I don't think I'm gonna reach a very high... I don't think the stars are gonna do anything, but I might as well try it. Did I reach it? Ah, not yet. Maybe? So, almost. We're close. So close. What was I talking about? Japanese comedy. Shimura-ken. Gaki no Tsukai. Big fan. Oh yeah, yeah. Like, I built a website and was just like, Fun facts from old Japanese comedy groups. They have kind of would be, actually. Interesting. I built a website, and my imaginary website was like a website that sold like DVDs of old Japanese, or not old, but sold Japanese comedy stuff. And for context, I had to show my entire class Hard Gay, just to give them the context of like what I was trying to sell. And I was expecting, like, Hard Gay, the Japanese comedian, is not gonna go over well. And to my shock, I thought this would be like a cringe moment that I look back on in shame. But to my shock, everyone fucking loved Hard Gay, and they could not get enough. And actually ended up being an amazing moment where I shared this like weird interest for Japanese comedy. And everyone immediately, they got it, they understood it, and they were like, holy shit, this is awesome. So yeah, that was a fun moment for me. Very nice. Such a win. So true. I can look back at that and be like, hell yeah, you did it. Thank you, Hard Gay. Hard Gay. I think it would be a good, interesting video to do something like that, but man, I can't do whatever I want on YouTube anymore. I can't. I have to force myself not to. Because YouTube just doesn't work that way anymore. You can't do whatever you feel like. You have to be very specific with what your channel is about nowadays. Which is not a bad thing. I think maybe that is like what it should be, really. Maybe. Depends on how you're thinking about it. It does make me a little bit sad. Like, I'm probably gonna avoid, like, talking about art and stuff like that. I'm gonna focus on comedy and storytelling. And if I want to make another art video again, I'll probably make, like, a new channel for that. YouTube does not... I don't know. I think something got... I don't want to talk too much about, like, algorithm, because I think people who... I don't know if people care to hear about algorithm, and it's not even that I care too much about algorithm stuff, but it does, of course, like, affect my income when it, like, performs badly. So I do have to, like, have some awareness of it while keeping it with the mindset of, like, well, I am free to do what I want. But I also want to be able to afford stuff and whatnot. Yeah. So now I have to, like, be a bit more careful about, like, I just want to do these specific things. And that was kind of, like, already what I wanted to do. And it's what I enjoy doing the most, like, weird comedy and storytelling. So now it's just, like, an added thing of, like, well, don't deviate. But last year I noticed that in particular. I think YouTube became, like, very confused about what is Matthias's channel about, and YouTube just had no clue. And I think that what maybe happened was, like, one of my old videos, like, became very popular. What's it called? How to learn pretty much anything? It's like an old video about, like, learning stuff and how to learn. And that blew up, but I think that made YouTube think, oh, I get it. Matthias's channel is education. And he makes educational videos, and then people would be recommended my weird comedy about, like, I don't know, astronauts and aliens, and they would be like, this is not what I signed up for. I don't have to go somewhere with this, I keep forgetting about that. Oh, new cousin. Alright. I am a bit more, I don't know, in tune with what I wanted to do. I actually got an interesting comment the other day that did make me want to make an art video. It was about my video of 2 monkeys. Oh, I don't know if I like that cousin very much. He looks a bit weird. Look at him. It was on my video about, like, 2 monkeys learn how to draw art is fun video. And someone was confused because they didn't know how to have fun and what it meant to have fun. Which might at first seem like a silly question or like thing to complain about. But it did make me think, like, you know what? Like, I've been in that position before. Where it's been like, I don't know how to have fun. And this very simple answer is like, once you start to focus on having fun, you find the things over time. Look at this guy. What the hell? Once you start to focus on how do I have fun, and you start to find things that you have fun with, over time that develops. And you start to, like, I'm selecting my music. Never mind. I'll just keep it random. Once you start to focus on having fun, try to find what makes things fun, you develop from there. You start to learn, I have fun with this, I don't have fun doing that. And that is like the starting position. It's not how you immediately have fun with art, but it's where you start to develop how to have fun. And from there you grow. And that might actually be like a really interesting, like, I don't know, sequel to a video like that. Or like, 2 monkeys learn how to paint, but now it's like the angry monkey coming back and teaching another monkey. It did make me, at first it did make me think of like a comic I saw a really long time ago. And it's a bit of a mean-spirited comic. Which was like some guy asking like... Oh, I immediately picked him up. He's a cool one. Shikao. I like that one. Someone made a comic, and it was about a guy who was like, oh, I wish I could really pet that dog, but I don't know how. And then the person is like, oh, let me show you. You just like, use your hand, and you slide on the dog, and you pet the dog. And he doesn't get it. He does it, and he does it wrong. It just goes off, and he's like, no, look, I can't do it. I can't pet dogs. And it's like, no, it's so simple. You just pet a dog. By like doing this, you like rub the dog a bit. And he does it the wrong way, and it hurts the dog. And she's like, well, no, it's so simple, though. Just pet the dog. Just pet the dog. It's so simple. Just do it. And he's like, but I don't know how. How? I don't know how to pet a dog. And eventually, she gives up, and she's like, what a moron. He's an idiot. Like, he's hopeless. You can't teach him. And he's like, I told you. I don't know how to pet a dog. And that was, like, the end of a comic. It's not a funny comic. It's just kind of like... I don't know, it stuck in my mind for a long time because I was like kind of fascinated by it. It was kind of like mean-spirited in a way of like, man, I think the whole point of it was just like, yeah, it's pointless to teach like some people like how to do stuff. They just don't care or they give up. But I don't know, I don't think that's it. I think for some people, they would ask a question like, how do I have fun doing art? And to you, it would seem so simple. How do I have fun? Some people are just mean, yeah. I get it, though, but like... Because you also don't want to be the guy teaching someone how to have fun. But I've also been in the position of like, well, I don't know how to have fun, nothing is fun. And in that case, you know, that's, you know, something that goes a bit deeper, that's like depression. But I think it can be also genuinely, like... You can genuinely teach people how to have fun, but it is a bit more difficult almost, because it's not as simple as like here's how you do it step by step. And that is also what a lot of people are looking for, right? And that's why some people kind of cannot be taught, I guess. You do have to have some awareness of like, well, some people do in fact, like, you can't call them like unteachable. But some people are like, they have something so big going on that maybe it's beyond you to try to help them, right? Does that make sense? I think I've talked about this before, but I remember one artist who I talked to a really long time ago, who was extremely pessimistic about everything, and, oh, everything is hopeless, I can't draw, I'm giving up, I should give up, etc., etc. Yeah, at some point his sister was getting into art, and he was telling her his own sister, like, oh, you should not bother, it's a pain, you will hate it, you will grow to, like, hate it, it's hopeless, you know, you will never get a career in art. It's like, oh, you don't need to tell your sister all that, like, come on. And then eventually asked, like, well, how old is your sister? And he was like, she's 10 years old. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's 10 years old. You're telling your 10-year-old sister, who's drawing for fun with probably crayons or whatever, like, you shouldn't get into art, man. It's too difficult. You'll never get a career. Your sister does not give a shit about that. That's not what your sister is thinking about. She's playing with crayons and coloring shit. And you're talking about career goals and how you shouldn't get into art because of that? You're insane. You're actually... That was a moment. That was my moment, right? Where I was like, this is hopeless, right? For me. Like, I cannot fix this situation. Like, this is kind of like a broken person. You should not be talking to, like, kids that way. Oh no, I dislike this complete stranger. Yeah, understandable, right? And I think... that was a moment where, for me, right, where I gave up. So I can understand the sentiment of, like, I don't know how to do it, I don't get it. And at the same time, you also have to be like, wow, this is kind of hopeless. You have to know when to leave it alone. That was maybe my situation, where it was a guy of, like, how do I pet a dog? I don't get it. Man. How do I pet a dog? I have no clue what happened to that guy. I'm not... I think that was the moment where I just gave up, and I never talked to him again either. Oh yeah, because I was thinking, sure, sometimes I shouldn't give another advice, but this person is... Yeah. And to do that to, like, your sister, who's, like, a kid, is just like, come on, dude, come on. I think maybe, I don't know, I don't think you can, like, theorize too much about it, right? Because some people are just like, they have other stuff going on. But I think maybe you can draw on that a little bit to say, like, maybe you should not be, like, that career-oriented, right? Like, of course it's good to have, like, an idea of, like, if you want to be a professional artist, it's good to have an idea of, like, what kind of artist you want to be and where you would fit in. Like, if you want to work at Blizzard, then good. Like, you probably have a good idea of, like, how to adapt to that and get, like, a Blizzard art style. Especially if it's, like, World of Warcraft or something. You just draw a Warcraft portfolio. My little baby cousin drew my husky dog once, and I called her the next Da Vinci. See, that's perfect. That's what we need. But I don't know, I think it took me some time to learn that as well, right? Like, I was very focused on, like, I want to be a professional artist for a long time. And that, like, gave me, like, the brain rot of, like, thinking about stuff in terms of, like, branding and marketing and what is suitable for this and that. And in reality, the situation would have been, like, if I had, like, just drawn stuff that I found to be fun and I enjoyed drawing, then I wouldn't even have to consider any of that stuff. Like, I would have just been able to find where would I fit in based on what I already liked and enjoyed drawing. Wow. But that's also why I very much emphasize with, like, having fun. I think this is something also people get wrong when I talk about, like, have fun with art. Because a lot of people think, I don't know, they think that having fun with art means do not study the fundamentals of art, which is not, I don't know, that doesn't really, for me, in my head, that does not correlate. Like, those are different things. But I can understand it, right? Because it might not necessarily be fun to be like, I want to study anatomy. Finally we can talk. We have a little trouble. Hmm? What is he talking about? We could get our hair permed. Oh, it'll be a makeover. But that's kind of important. Perms are nice. Yes, pretty nice. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think often it is just a thing of like a larger issue. Yeah, and like if you're learning anatomy on your own terms, then you're going to have fun learning the fundamentals of art. But I have also been there, like it's not always fun to be like, time to learn about perspective. That if you're drawing something that you're interested in, then you're going to be drawing so much more. And you're going to learn so much more just by the fact that you're interested in it. I remember that being a thing in terms of like language learning. I'm supposed to be 60 meters by the end? I thought I had this in the bag. Holy shit. Alright, I need to get rolling. Why am I in Paris? What the hell? It is weird how much my thoughts on art have changed, though. Man, this is Paris. What the hell? Because I think people maybe also gets too stuck up on... You went to France recently? Did you like it? I want to go to France someday. There's Stonehenge here. I don't think this is France, man. I think people get like... And that's the Colosseum? Alright, this is just Europe. And there's the Trojan horse, of course. Okay, this is an awesome map, actually. Because people want to categorize things as like, these are the fundamentals of art, right? But that's not even real. Like, it's just something people made up. If you wanted to, you could learn how to be an artist by having fun, and you would be learning the same stuff. Like, there's often talk about language immersion and immersing in a language to learn it. I have terrible news about the Library of Alexandria. I can go back. There's Tokyo, I guess. Oh. What was he talking about? Oh yeah, fundamentals. But basically, yeah, like... I think learning how to have fun goes hand in hand in a weird way with learning the fundamentals of art. Like, it might even be more beneficial than just being like, well, time to study. Time to open up the anatomy book. If you're opening up an anatomy book with the intent of like, I am doing this so I can draw Shantae later. Oh my god, Buddha, hello. That's a Nagoya Buddha, I think. Oh my god, I haven't even been to so much of the map. Now we're in China. I need to redo this map. Sure is a place in the world. Oh my god, India. There's so much I missed out on. Okay, I think I'm fine, but I want to replay this map anyway. I don't think I had much more to add, really, but... Basically, if you learn the fundamentals with the goal in mind of what you can have fun doing with it, then I think that's a big motivator also. Is this Germany? Oh, Netherlands. Like, I feel like most of the time when I've been, like, learning the most in art, it's just been, like, the result of not only me learning the fundamentals, but me having had fun with art. Different feet studies? Yeah, you do you, man. Sure. Don't worry about it. I did have an idea about this, like, potential monkey video sequel. What is fun? Art is fun. But the sequel would maybe be called What is Fun? And one monkey loves drawing bananas, and the other one is like, I just really want to draw, like, I don't think drawing bananas is fun. I just want to draw, like, coconuts. But, like, huge coconuts. Like, so coconuts so big you get frightened. But they're also, like, alluring. And I don't know, it would be maybe too much for a video like that. But it would be kind of funny to just have, like, a weird moment like that. Oh my god, Moai. Moai statues. I love Moai statues. I feel like they are, like, cousins to the Haniwa. $300 meters? I don't know, man. They keep racing the goal. And I don't think I can reach this one. Maybe. We are getting pretty damn big. Oh my god, we're big. Can I roll Buddha? Oh my god. And Buddha turned to gold, what the hell? Just like the original Buddha. If you draw feet studies, and you have fun drawing feet, then that's good. And you could even think about it in terms of, like, I want to be able to draw my favorite character's feet someday. I keep thinking of Shantae for some reason, but you could draw Shantae's feet. One day. Let's actually not talk about feet. But not Sonic, never again. Yeah, that one is off. That one's off limits. Matthias the Hedgehog? Question mark? I think I would be a cat. I think I've already talked about this. I want to be like Big the cat, the big cat. I would be an axolotl. Okay, interesting, interesting. That is a good pick. But what would you be if you were a Mario character? Now this is a more, like, difficult question than what would be your Sonic OC. Because how do you even make a Mario OC? Where do you even go? Where do you start from there? What do you do? Like, you're just a guy. You're just a man, basically. Birdo, no debate. Alright, never mind. It was that easy. We are us. The king is the king. We just finally realized that we are nothing without Katamari. The king of cosmos exists to make sure. Okay. A nice happy time. Let's do it. Just a one question. Hello. Hello, what this name is? Is it Is it related to Mario? Why aren't you a fish anymore? Ah. Good question. I feel... Well, I just wanted to experiment when I made the fish. Oh my god, aliens. And I wanted to have more variety. I could do more things with being a humanoid. I was just trying out the space, basically. What can I be? What can I do? The judge said he was acting too fishy. Mods, execute this man. Fish moved to Japan and he... well, the lore now, as I have decided, is that I am an alien. Alright. We're starting from there. And as an alien, I came to planet Earth, right? And I was like, oh, I get it. Earth, that's like a water planet. Like, there's a lot of water on planet Earth. And all the creatures developed out of walking out of water. So the best way to approach, like, going to Earth is like being a fish with legs. I failed. God damn it. I came to planet Earth. Cool. A water planet. And all the creatures here came out of the water. Easy. I'll just be a water mammal. I'll be a fish with legs, and everyone can relate to that. Humans, animals, they'll all get it. Turns out everyone hated it. They did not like it. They did not like a fish with legs. I learned my lesson. Now I'm human. Also, I just like Haniwa, I guess. I don't know how that fits into the lore. They're just there. Actually, they are descended from aliens. Oh, interesting. The Haniwa are a part of ancient primitive technology, blended with futurology. Is that a word? Yay. This time I can do it. I wasn't aware this level was that big.
Wow!
Wow. There we go. I feel like, I don't know. Kinda like being an alien though. I am very glad that I went through my various phases of like trying out different stuff. I recommend everyone should do that. If I had only been like, I am this one thing, and not developed from there, then I think I would have just been bored, and I would have never known. What is it like to do this? What about that? But it's terrible for marketing. It's terrible for branding. Good for streaming. Good for having fun. Maybe not good for streaming, but good for having fun.
Wow!
Wow. Drink water. So chow. Eat. Don't call me that. That was a long time ago. Being a fish. I don't know, I don't even like seafood that much. I was a fraud. You're a shapeshifter, it's true. I like that as an alien lore thing. I was always looking for what makes sense in terms of me always changing shape. And it could always still happen, right? Even now I could be like, hey, I want to change this up, I want to do that, I want to try something different. And now that very much aligns with it. I'm allergic to shrimp. My one biggest fear. Eating shrimp and finding out I'm allergic as I'm eating it. My god. How did you find out? I think actually most allergies are not like deadly, right? You're just like, you get hives. That wouldn't be too bad. Or maybe it is like uncomfortably bad. Haha, that's how I found out. Alright. Or shaped fisher. Oh, interesting. I haven't not decided what is my true alien form, and I do not want that to be the fish. I don't want to come from a planet of beings like that. Alright? That's not the lore. As we all know, the most important part of streaming on Twitch is the lore. It's very important. That's not it. I don't come from a planet of fish people. That's just a funny little guy. I did find out before being a fish, though, I was a monkey, right? And I found out that a lot of people hate monkeys. They did not like me as a monkey. No one's asked for the monkey to come back. See, earlier on I was like, wow, this is a very laggy level. But now I get why. And I was very stuck down here because it was like, is that all there is to it? 5-0, he was cool. Yeah, I don't know. People just... a lot of people just hate monkeys. I had a friend of mine had like his... what was it? His wallet, his backpack was stolen by a monkey. Because he just went to a park where there were monkeys. Also, which one is this? That's a Haniwa. It's maybe a bad pick for a mascot because it's like difficult to explain. But if you've ever seen a gyroid in Animal Crossing, that is based on a real thing in real life. It was a little clay figure in Japan. So I just really like those kinds of clay figures. And I was like, you know what? This is gonna be my mascot. Mr. Twitch, I expect a 500-page document with your extended streamer lore on the desk tomorrow, where you're fired. Yeah. Makes sense. They all had to do it. Northern Lion, his lore is he's bald. Jerma, he's a serial killer. I think that's canon, right? Can probably make them at home. I actually have like clay. And I want to make I want to make my own Haniwa out of that clay. And I bought this I bought this clay like maybe 10 years ago, and now I finally have a proper use for it. I'm gonna make my own Haniwa. Haniwa. At this point, it would make more sense to have a little alien guy as a mascot, but I don't know if I don't know. I don't want to give up on the Haniwa. I think it is possible to have like multiple mascots, but that will take some time. Little Drumwa. He's just drumming away. Just a little drumming guy. Alright, I have to be quick this time around. I don't have time to just dilly-dally around. Give this fish cap? Interesting. Like a fin. Actually, maybe this would be weird. Develop the Haniwa into being like an octopus guy. That might be too horrifying. Shark cap. Interesting, interesting. Develop the Haniwa into a fish. Might be weird. Develop it into an octopus. Might work. Fish features could work. Could work. I would vibe with that. A Haniwa with a tentacle? Interesting. And that could develop into like a little alien guy, quote unquote. Octopus is better. Oh, yeah. That was my choice between being a fish or an octopus earlier on. And I don't know. I think I liked the fish, but maybe octopus would have been a better choice. I think I do like octopus more. Maybe my true alien form should be octopus adjacent. I think that could be it. But I also don't know. I don't know. I don't just want to be a tentacle monster. I think people might, I don't know, draw the wrong conclusions from that. It maybe should be more octopus adjacent than tentacle monster. But man, I just love tentacles. I've talked about this before. Just purely from the idea that like tentacles are just like the closest thing we have almost to like an alien appendage, like something otherworldly. Squid? Squid is also good. The thing is, I'm Swedish, right? And in Swedish, we call squid and octopus the same thing, which is very confusing, because mentally in my head, I'm like an octopus and a squid is the same thing. It's obviously not the case, that's just me being Swedish. There are a lot of tentacle aliens, that is true. I think it would blend in well. Man, having to pick between an octopus or a squid is actually extremely difficult. Actually, I've never made a poll before on Twitch. I want to try doing that. Octopus or squid. How do I do that? Get started here. Prediction. Wait, that's not right. That means there is a determined outcome for that. My first ever Twitch poll? Hmm. I actually have no... Oh, manage poll. Okay, I found it. Create a new poll. Squid or octopus? Squid, octopus. And duration 10 minutes. Okay, that's my first ever poll. Time to make it 50-50. Well, hold on. Well, you're not I'm just curious. What is the general census? Okay, immediately 2 votes for Squid. Interesting, interesting. I am curious about your picks. Is it like aesthetically? Is it like you think the silhouette of a squid is better? The head of a squid is better? I will admit, like, squid... I think squids have, like, a more fascinating, like, silhouette. But I am very intrigued by, like, the intelligence of an octopus. We can't pay for a vote? Not this time. Hello? Go, go, gabagool, gruel gremlin. Octopi like to squeeze themselves into jars, no context. Yeah. That is very cool about them. Man. Yeah, I think... I don't know, if I had to pick by aesthetic, maybe squid is cooler. Yeah, there's something about the intelligence of an octopus. And they are quite intelligent. Isn't it crazy that I don't like Splatoon that much? Like, I mean, I will say I love the aesthetics of Splatoon, but I just don't really like the gameplay that much. I'm just not a fan of shooters. I'm really hoping whatever, like, Splatoon spin-off they come up with is gonna be really good, because I could probably vibe with that. But I just don't really like Splatoon's gameplay. Octopus are smart enough to actually suffer from PTSD. I did not know that. That's interesting. I watched Wildcraft's episode of a super squid battling a whale when I was a kid, so that is, interesting. I could not, yeah, the controls of Splatoon are so weird. I don't like them. Wildcrats? This is a really good level, but I wonder if it's lagging because I'm playing on the Switch. Or is that just the regular Katamari gameplay? And it's a good level, but man, this is a difficult one. I have to get like 500 meters for the next step. Right, you like it? He's basically telling me where to go, so that's nice. That is helping. Man, I've seen Big Ben in real life, and it was kind of disappointing, because I was there when they were doing, like, repairs of Big Ben. But it didn't look very cool. Are we... No, we're just voting for the general concept of squid versus octopus. Which one do we prefer? This has no outcome that will determine any lore implications. But, man, actually, man, Squid Haniwa would be really cool, wouldn't it? With a little squid hat on. Oh, that would, oh man, this could be the next development. Would people be upset if I changed all the Haniwa emotes, though? Maybe not. Maybe it's early on where I can do it. I will experiment with it. We'll see how it goes. Because I did just make a new Haniwa emote, but it has yet to be approved by Twitch. But I could change it. I can do it. So he was not a clay squid that lost its clay limbs. Well, maybe that is it. Maybe he lost his limbs. Coming to Earth, the Haniwa was made in human shape and lost its true form. But we can reclaim it. We can return her true shape. Yeah, they have 2 arms, so you just need more. Man, look at me go. Man, I don't think I will beat it this time, though. I think it is a really difficult level. I never tried a gyro, like a Greek kebab. They're pretty much just a kebab, if you've ever had a kebab. That's pretty much it. Now look at that octopus, that's a big one. Can I grab a bridge, potentially? Nah. I have a lot of kebab joints on my trip through Europe. Yeah. I'm a kebab fan, I would say. But apparently, like, there are octopuses in squid's mouth. I think... They're not the same, are they? Because octopuses have, like, little beaks, right? In my head, they are the same, but I guess they're not. I wouldn't be able to point out where a squid mouth is, I think. Or I might actually be thinking the wrong way around. Are squids the one with beaks? Is it certain kinds of squid and certain kinds of octopus? Because I feel like not all of them have beaks, right? Or am I just thinking of cartoons? I am doing better than last time, but it's 2 minutes left. There's no way. Squids have beaks. Okay, okay. Kraken is a squid. Oh, Slurpa, hello, hello. I missed you, I saw you now. Saw first time chat. Oh my god, Ultraman. And some octopus. Okay, okay, so it was both. Oh my god, it's a squid fighting an octopus. What the hell? Gigantic squid. Yeah, squids are pretty cool. Damn, I'm being won over. I'm a squid now. I'm a kid now. I should give Splatoon another shot. Should try it again. Maybe not. I think I'm pretty sure I don't like the gameplay. Man, I haven't even grabbed this stuff. Can I make it? I don't know. Call back to the debate we we're just having. Oh my god. Damn, this is really difficult. I mean, I think this might be the final or semi-final level, so it would make sense. Damn it. Oh, wait, it might be both? Okay, yeah, I think there might be something where, like, there's different variants who have them, right? Something like that. Hinoko, I already had you. Both have beaks. Okay. I guess they're often, like, stylized not to have them. Failure. I can't imagine octopus fighting. I think I can. I don't know. I should have been more widespread here by the end. I was too stuck in the same place. I can do it again. I can do it. We have one vote over the octopus. I put the wrong one. I'm gonna do it again. They could be in the body and then eject them to use them, like our teeth behind our mouth. Interesting. It's the same one. I don't remember if this is the same level that I was just in. But man, June is cool. Not the general concept of June, the character. Come on. Come on, I can do it. Let me do it. This time I'll do it. Okay, Squid won. My god. Actually, that is kind of surprising, I think. I thought Octopus would win. Have you seen Giant Squid? No, I've not seen that. Is that real? Or is that just an imaginary fight? I can see why people like squid, though. Have you guys ever had takoyaki? The little, like, octopus balls? That, like, don't really taste like anything. I keep saying that. But I just burned my tongue really bad eating takoyaki, so I could not taste anything. But I've had octopus before that, and it didn't really taste anything. Squids are cooler? Okay, alright, I can see it. I can see it. Anime blurs your perception of reality like that. It sure does. I thought they didn't have squid, or beaks, I mean. Oh my god, I'm failing already. This is going bad. I'm being too hasty. I need to pick up more stuff. More simple stuff. Okay, I can get it. There's so much, like, Japanese food I want to try out that I haven't had yet. I can't think of anything. But every now and then I'll see it and be like, I've not had that. Last time when I was in Japan, Yoshi Wow. I don't have to announce it. I catch myself off guard. Is it water or not? When I was in Japan, I basically only had ramen and curry, but that was pretty damn good. I did try other things, but I was in a very curry mindset. Some would say I still am. I've been eating curry chicken like crazy. You can just cook chicken and add a ton of curry to it. Just add spices and it will be better. How about it? I think as a Swede, I've always been hesitant about adding spice to my food. Just as a, not even that I dislike it, it's just like something that feels a bit uncommon in like Swedish cooking. And only now am I going like, what the hell am I doing? Could have been adding spices this whole time. I added like garlic sauce, or not sauce, I mean garlic spice to my spaghetti. It was awesome. You can just buy garlic spice. Alright. I'm not big enough to leave. I think this might be the final level, because if there was only like a little teeny tiny bit to reach the sun.
Wow!
Drink water. Good morning, beautiful people. Hello, hello, real time. Real time. Squid or octopus? Just in terms of aesthetics. Not eating. Who is cool? Also, do you like curry, I guess? I guess that was my new topic, my new theme. The ongoing theme of the stream so far is food. Do you like it? What do you eat? Unicorn, oh my god. Wow. This time I can do it. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'm already running late. It's 6 minutes left. My god. I saw something in the next Katamari game. I mean, this has actually happened before in Katamari. That there are, like, power-ups. But I think that is sort of what scares me about the upcoming Katamari game. Is, like, having power-ups. Like, you can attract more objects or do super moves. I don't know, I'm so used to Katamari not having that. And I don't know if that was what people disliked about the other Katamari games, but I guess I could see that being a weird addition. Where it kind of disrupts the flow of just like, I want to grab stuff. Surely I can, I don't know, go further. No, not yet. Man, it's gonna rain like crazy, and all that talk about ramen earlier had me thinking, like, maybe I could go get ramen tomorrow, but I don't think I can. It's a sad, sad world. Also, I really want to go to Japan. I guess that's always on my mind. I want to go to Japan again. And I was hoping I would be able to do it this year, but, inflation. Everything costs a lot of money now. Maybe next year, or maybe, I don't know. Nah, maybe next year. What is money? Good question. Hello, Abso. Abso? Squid or octopus? In terms of which is cooler? What is money? Isn't it all made up? Squid? Okay, okay. It seems there's an ongoing theme. Squid? Squid seems to be cool. Damn. Okay, it seems the time has gone up. So that is good. I play Inkling and Splatoon. See, I really want to get into... I actually don't know. I think I pretty much... I don't know if I want to get into Splatoon. But I have tried it. And I just don't think I like the gameplay. But maybe I should give it another shot. I don't think I want to stream it. Because I think I would just embarrass myself. Or maybe it is one of those games that would be more fun if you had friends who played the game. I had to stop... it reminds me a bit of Overwatch, I guess. But actually, maybe not. I got way... What are friends? Good question, man. Good question. You guys think I don't... You guys think I have friends, right? Because I do. I have friends. It's just they don't have Splatoon. No, I have them. I do. What was it talking about? Splatoon. Overwatch. Right. I got way too into Overwatch at one point. I'm sorry, that was me. No, it's fine. It was... We were doing a bit. I got really into Overwatch at one point. To the point where I was so stressed that I had a moment where I felt like I was having a heart attack. And when that happened, I just quit the match. And I was like, you know what? This is not worth dying over. And then I just never returned to Overwatch again. I think that one moment was just like, I'm done. It was traumatic in a way, I guess. It was just like, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Then I was like, I need to play games that make me, I don't know, not stress out. But I think that was part of the fun of Overwatch, was just like adding stress to your life. Your body, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I could just feel it in my heart. Like, I'm gonna die if I keep playing this. I don't know, I think that was a part of the appeal of Overwatch, was just like the stress. I don't know, maybe that was only me. Where it's like you don't want to end on a loss, and when you have won, you want to keep playing. And it's really, I don't know, I think in retrospect I can say now, I don't think Overwatch is a very good game. I think actually like what got me into playing Overwatch to begin with was just like the sci-fi vibe. Where I would like, I don't know, I would start a match, and would really get into the atmosphere of just like, I like the world of Overwatch. Like, I want to be in a space like this. And that was part of like why I was hoping that Overwatch 2 would be like a MMO. Like, I know I'm not a fan of Destiny, but at the time I thought, oh, Blizzard could be like potentially do like a Destiny Overwatch open world kind of thing. Pioneered 3D animation, my god, they sure did. I just want to have like a sci-fi MMO that's not like, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't call the games depressing, but something more happy, easygoing, Katamari. I need a Katamari MMO. Actually, there is a Katamari MMO, but it was only launched in Korea for some reason. For some reason, Nexon was like, we want to make... That was so mean, my phone died after I sent that. Yeah, it was Karma. Happy sci-fi MMO. Is that EVE Online? Is that happy? I don't know, man. I've seen a couple of documentaries, I guess you could call it, about EVE. Seems like there's a lot of pirate warfare going on there. I don't know. Is that a happy world? Hello again, Buddha. Man, it's crazy how Buddhist Japan is without actually being Buddhist. Like, there's so much Buddha, and so much Buddhism, and so many temples. But if you just ask the Japanese person, an average Japanese person about Buddhism, they just have no clue. Happy sci-fi MMO. I mean, remember early on with World of Warcraft when people were like, we need a StarCraft MMO. We still need that. That's not a happy MMO. But imagine just chilling in the world of StarCraft would be kind of cool. And I never even played StarCraft, actually. But I just want something like that. Also, that brings me to another topic. I hate zombies. I hate zombie games. But, you know, things like the Zergs and the Zerglings would be cool in a modern day setting. I want something like Left 4 Dead, but without zombies. Instead, you just fight hordes of, like, Zerglings. But it's a modern day world. It's not sci-fi. It's not Warhammer. I think that would be cool. It would be way more cooler as like a post-apocalypse thing, I think. Because I don't know, I guess in my head I'm like, an alien invasion is more realistic than a zombie, I don't know, could you call it an upheaval? Not really, it's not like a revolt. The zombies are rebelling. You could call it a zombie uprising. No, it's the same thing. Zombie sickness. I remember when COVID happened. Man, my brain is just firing left and right. I remember when COVID happened, and all I could think was like, man, can you imagine if this was like a zombie virus? Would have been crazy. The entire world would have been in such a stranger place. Like, that would have actually felt like a post-apocalypse. Get plane? Plane? Man, I don't know if I'm gonna win this one either. It's a really difficult level. Also, I want to play more games with aliens, I guess. Now that I have that as my lore. I guess aliens have been on my mind. But I miss it. There was that one, like, sci-fi MMO that copied World of Warcraft. What was that called? I didn't want to say Star something, but I feel like that's the name of every sci-fi game. Just starts with Star something. And there was like there was another sci-fi game that launched recently. It's like apparently performing really badly. I don't remember the name of anything. So everything is just like, I remember. My conversations are like, I remember a thing that happened that came out. And it was similar to another kind of thing. Yeah, really fascinating stuff, man. We could design, how about this? How about we design an entire sci-fi universe right now in the chat? It all happened in the year 2200 when aliens came to Earth. And do we like that kind of sci-fi? What is the best kind of sci-fi origin? Is it really when aliens come to Earth? I kind of like when it's just like thousands of years in the future and it's just pre-established. Here's everything. The year. Actually, I don't even like when Earth is involved. I want it to go full space fantasy. You know, Star Wars does not have planet Earth, although it isn't a... I guess it kind of does. It takes place in a galaxy far away or whatever. Right, now I have to leave. Remember that. In the year 2036, cat girls dominate planet Earth. Nuh-uh. Patreon has that banned now or something. What is it? They banned cat girls? We're not allowed to have cat girls online anymore because Visa MasterCard said nuh-uh. Not allowed. Sorry. Unrealistic happening. Oh my god. Cousin. Damn it, this is a really difficult level. Oh my god, Russia. I think? I don't know. Maybe it's just an icy place. In the year... Now, you don't even have... Okay, in an alternate world where humans were once slaves and their homeworld was destroyed? Yeah, that works. Then... have they become free? Have humans become... No, maybe not. Actually, it's more interesting if they're not free. So in a world where humanity is one of their lower castes in the grand scale of things, humans have to fight to survive and form little societies to work together. That's way more interesting, actually. Let's go with that. So humans are a lower caste in the grand scale of the universe. Alright. Then what? From there, we have several... I guess you would have it very focused on humans from that, right? But you could have, like, alien factions working together, of course. But the main point is the humans are trying to, like, work together to survive and overcome everything. And you would have, like, bad humans working together with, like, aliens who subjugate humans. Man, this is... Why don't we see this more often in sci-fi? We need something like this. I feel like that's the plot of one sci-fi movie that performed really badly. It was like an animated film in the year 2000 that no one has ever seen except for like a few kids. But yeah, that's good sci-fi. I like that. Humans. They take on alien customs and alien things because they've been like so subjugated for so long that they're like, we don't even know what is originally human anymore. Then, from there, I guess you would focus on one single human society trying to survive in outer space, right? On one planet. And then you just build from that. It would be silly to be like, here's every single human society. Just start from one place. Tatooine or something, I don't know. Tatooine is like the typical thing. We need a Tatooine, but it's not Tatooine. We need Dantooine. That's already a real place in Star Wars. We need... What's an unlikely place for humans to be? I guess humans can just, like, survive anywhere. That's kind of our thing. Damn it. I'm wasting time. Humans living in icy tundra. Okay, I like that, actually. Deep sea thermal vents. Actually, that is also kind of interesting. That could be, like... That would be weird for a long-term setting. But that could be, like, the second group of humans they run into, right? Like, they had these humans operating sea vents, and then they have formed their own society over time. But you have humans living on ice tundra. Living on tundra. Living in taiga, as it's called, like the climate. Alright. Interesting. It's basically Hoth. Planet Hoth. Alright, I'm just gonna say it. It's like Hoth in Star Wars. We're doing a Hoth instead of Tatooine. But Hoth was a cool place. We like Hoth. Brazil? Okay, I did not see that, actually. I think Brazil might be too human. I think there's people there. Definitely cooler. Yeah, I like Hoth. That's been my favorite place in Star Wars games, actually. Just fighting on this icy planet in Battlefield. Or Battlefront, I mean. Oh man, I don't even know if I can beat it again, but I'm gonna really try. Wumpus. Yeah, they're cool. And you can climb inside them. And it won't be weird. Humans, I mean, yeah, I think that's a pretty good spot for humans to be because no one wants to live there. Or like very rarely there's gonna be like an alien species. It's like highly developed and on an ice planet. So it's kind of just where humans flee. They flee to these like cold, icy tundras. I like this as a setting. I don't even know where to develop from there, because developing an entire sci-fi setting would require developing past there. And now I'm basically just building a story to build on. But I kind of like this story, I'm kind of vibing with it. Like, what if Star Wars just took place on Hoth for 3 movies? I want that. Humans are a bit like roaches, they kind of just... Yeah, I think that's good, like they just set up shop and try to survive anywhere. Yeah, I like that. Alright, I think that... Actually, I feel like that's just a good setting. You could just leave it there, and that's where you leave space to develop further. The Apex... Yeah, the Nomad. Apex Nomad. I think part of it is just like my experience playing Star Wars Galaxies. And trying to survive in Star Wars Galaxies was really interesting. It was so time-consuming and like taking up so much... Most of the gameplay was just taking up your time. But it was really interesting, okay? Just go out hunting for food an entire day, and then you're... That's what I did today. I was hunting for food in Star Wars Galaxies. Then you meet one guy who claims he has seen a Jedi, and you're like, ah, come on. That's not happened. If there was a Jedi on the server, then everyone would know about it. But at the same time, this was a really interesting feature back in the day with Star Wars Galaxies, right? Like, people could become Jedi, but it was completely unknown how to become a Jedi. So you had to go through all these steps that were completely unique for each player character. And if you did it right, eventually you would meet one NPC who can teach you the ways of the Force. And then you had to make a new character who had permadeath. And if your Jedi died... Yeah, it was such an interesting concept for an MMO mechanic, right? And it would just never happen now because of all the what we call it. You would just be able to buy your ability to be a Jedi now. But and it sounds so made up now, like, oh, wouldn't that be cool? But this is real. This was stuff that happened in Star Wars Galaxies. And it made things so uncertain, right? Because you could unlock being a Jedi, but you would have no clue how to do it. Because the requirement is unique to each player character, how to become a Jedi. So you can never truly know how to do it. And once you get it unlocked, you have to make a new character. And it would be permadeath, and you would get, like, bounty hunters coming after you if you reveal yourself. Everything would be microtransactions and explain... Yeah, exactly. And back then, you just didn't know. Like, someone could tell you, like, they saw a Jedi, and you would not believe them, but you could never be 100% certain. Because there could be a Jedi on the server, and you just don't know. But yeah, I remember, like, people would go to the forums and just be, like, reports of Jedi and be like, here's a Jedi. And you would see them waving a lightsaber around. And of course, like, once you do that, they would probably be, like, dead the day after. Because it's like, you messed up. You showed yourself. Now everyone's coming after you. And of course, I will admit it, I was not a Jedi, but I was one of those guys who would go to the cantina dressed in, like, robes, like brown robes, and pretend I was a Jedi, and I would get a guy, or I remember at least one guy being like, oh, look, it's another one of those guys, another guy who's pretending to be a Jedi. And I could be like, oh, how do you know I'm not a Jedi? And he's like, yeah, obviously, show me then, show me you're a Jedi. And I would just be like, oh, you can never really know. I was not a Jedi, obviously. But who could say? Maybe I was. Maybe I'm hiding it even today. Man, that was such a cool thing. And they completely ruined it. They ruined the game, because if you look it up now, it's just like, yeah, you can just be a Jedi from the start. You can just pick from the beginning, be a Jedi. It's done, it's over. Man. It would be so cool to have that today in MMO. Like, here's how to unlock psychic powers or something like that. Or, like, keeping that super secret. And the thing is, the requirement for a Jedi were so random. They were completely random. So it was never like, oh, train with sword fighting or everything or anything like that. It could be like, yeah, you have to reach like level 20 dancer and then go to like a specific part of a world at a specific time and and talk to a guy. And that's your requirement for becoming a Jedi. And you would never know. So you might just be someone like training in like, I don't know, gunfire. And your requirement is like, yeah, you have to go to a cantina and be a professional dancer and dance for 20 hours. It was very difficult. But that made it cool. Like, you could probably have played on the same character for like years and never uncover it. We need more cool, like, mechanics like that in games. MMOs and whatnot. Just secrets. Because I feel like that's part of, like, what has, I don't know, not ruined World of Warcraft or anything like that, but part of the initial appeal and why you can never recreate vanilla It's just like people did not know anything about the game. You didn't have add-ons and things to add to a game and wikis. You had to learn on the go. Need more MMOs where people are just encouraged. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's part of, like, maybe what made me drawn towards RP servers and stuff like that. Role-playing in an MMO can be fun, but I don't know. Some people take it way too seriously. I can give an... Here's my example of me role-playing in World of Warcraft, okay? And you can be the judge if this is good or bad role-play. Some people really hated my character. Which was, my character was called the Sewer Boy. And he was a grown man swimming around in the sewers in Stormwind. And his lore was that he had been dropped in the sewers when he was a boy. And, he would... So I would just swim in the sewers all day. And I was a fully grown man, but I was still known as the Sewer Boy, or I still called myself the Sewer Boy. Because, you know, I had no clue what my age was. So mentally, my character was like, I don't know, 12? Or something like that, because that's when he was dropped in the sewers, but... He was probably like 30 or something, because he was a fully grown man. Just naked, called the Sewer Boy. But, you know, eventually I messed up my character, I will admit to that. Because of course the natural, like, character arc of Sewer Boy is that he leaves the sewer eventually. Like, he found one role player who managed to help him out of the sewers and learn to become human. But once I ceased to be the Sewer Boy, then, like, who was I anymore? I wasn't the sewer, I was just a regular human role player at that point. So I lost the will to be the Sewer Boy. But I should have gone back. Like, the real character arc should have been that I returned to the sewers, but I just never did. I thought at the time that the natural thing was to leave. But I had to go back. I don't have that character anymore, so I can't do that. But mentally, he needs to come back. He needs to go back to the sewers again. His raison d'être gone. Yeah. He was the Sewer Boy. I also did have another character, though. I had a lot of characters like that, but that's the one I remember most. I had another character who was just a human who was basically a weeaboo. But he was obsessed with gnomes. And people also hated that character. Some people refused to roleplay with me because I took it not seriously enough. But in my defense, I feel like World of Warcraft is like a very goofy setting where a lot of goofy stuff exists. So I feel like that's in line with existing in World of Warcraft. I don't think that's actually like too crazy. Like, if you want to do proper role-playing in World of Warcraft, then there should be some goofy stuff, in my opinion. Alright, can I do it? I don't know if I can, because this is pretty good. I don't even know where to go from here. Where can I grab more stuff? And I need to be quick about it. Sewer Boy. Where can you go? Oh, an island. I need something else like that. So again, it doesn't have to be of sewers, though. Oh yeah, there was an island I was last time that was where I did pretty damn good. I was pretty damn close. Rolling Boy. That's me now. Damn it. The time is so difficult on this. Okay, now I'm pretty damn close, but can I find anything in time? I need to focus. Man, I don't want to return to World of Warcraft, though. I'm pretty much done with that. And same with Final Fantasy XIV. I can never really get that deep into Final Fantasy XIV. Okay, I did it. Oh my god, I did it. Alright, keep going. I thought I might not make it, but I did it. I would like... I don't know, I think my ideal MMO would just be like a social MMO. And Final Fantasy XIV is pretty good at being that, but it's too much like gameplay stuff that I just don't care about. I honestly think I would really like Final Fantasy XIV if it was just purely social and just hanging around. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the applause. I mean, might even reach 600. I did. I just reached it just now. Can I get Ultraman though? Oh my god, I did. 700. It's going crazy. $800. What's an MMO called Ragnarok Online? Yeah, I never really got too deep into that. I did play that briefly. I don't know why. I think something about the gameplay was just a bit too grindy for me. Oof, that was often the case with Korean MMOs. Oh my god, my hand is completely stiff. I have done nothing but roll. I think I beat the game. Celebration Cola Zero. My god. Sorry, I've not had water in a while. That's it, right? The dog. Yes, I can do it now. He even confirmed it himself. Alright, this is my first time beating We Love Katamari. Oh, look at him. Or her. I mean, a little... That's such a beautiful little space helmet. It's a really interesting, like, game mechanic to have this as your final level as well. You know, it's something that, I don't know, Keita Takahashi made the best Katamari games. And there's so much that you would consider to be, like, a bit impractical and weird. And I can see why it was removed in later Katamari games. But there's also so much of a charm of Katamari that went away when he went away. Like, he really did hold things together. And I don't even know if I'll like his games post that. I've played Nobi Nobi Boy. Has anyone here ever played Nobi Nobi Boy? It's like barely a video game. It's basically you just roll around and that's it. You're like stretch. That was a really fascinating game, though. I really vibed with Nobi Nobi Boy in a weird way. Because the entire development of Nobi Nobi Boy, how you traveled to other planets, relied on how many people played the game, and it was how much they had stretched together. So it was like a community goal. You have to do this amount of stretching. So it would be like a big event whenever a new planet was unlocked. And that's another thing that goes hand in hand with like weird MMO concepts of like, it's just really fascinating. Like, why would you make a game that way? It's so impractical. But that's fun. I think I can probably reach the sun now, but might as well check. Try to get a bit more of those stars. But man, I am really excited for next Katamari. I guess this is the end of Katamari for now. But I will return. I'll play it on stream. And I'm really vibing with weird sci-fi right now. Like, I kind of like that concept that I invented myself not too long ago. But you could make that even weirder. Like, I feel like the natural go-to point where, like, you have human as a lower caste is like, oh, and it's supposed to be gritty, right? And everything is, like, sad and depressing. But no, you could have that, like, super sad concept of, like, human are a lower caste and we live in these, like, weird outskirts and they are this and they are that. And then you could have an element to that that takes you off. I don't know, it might not be what you expect if you make it look like Katamari, right? You can't buy it anymore, yeah. But Nobi Nobi Boy was cool. I don't know if they need to bring it back, because I think now people would just be like, what the fuck is this? But back then, it was a very unique experience, and you could only experience it that one time, I guess. And that made it special. You could have that whole sad thing, that whole sad story, and then make it look like this. And it would be awesome. Let's go to the sun. I think, maybe. Oh my god, I did it. I beat the game. The sun is all rolled up. Rolling up the sun is a huge deal, but there's something else that's kind of... You roll the world into one, you know? We don't really know whether that's a good thing or bad, but it's powerful. Global news this. Earth must be going nuts now. Oh, you were rolling Earth. Wonder if our fans are alright. Ah, we feel something. We're feeling the presence of each and every fan. Earth is fine. Don't worry, Your Highness. That's what they're saying. Oh, what a relief. Come to think of it, this game, okay, it's very self-aware. Its mission was to roll a Katamari to, you know, grant fans their wishes. There are still other fans on Earth. Maybe we didn't grant all their wishes yet. But, then again, rolling up the sun is such a happy thing, so we're going straight on to the ending. The king decrees it. So now here's the profoundly moving ending, coming up fast. We have to get ready. So we'll just go on ahead. See you later. Alright. Let's go. Okay. Final cutscene. Oh my god, that's June. That's me. That's pretty big. Yeah. Best game ever. Still stand by it. Oh my god, my mom. Oh, I can move around. I see. Keita Takahashi is a very interesting guy, though, for sure. I don't know if I like his work. I did try to play Wadum, and I don't think I liked it very much because it felt like it was I don't know, made for babies or something. All right, what should I be afraid? Okay. I think that was fine. Or did I die? Is that it? That was it. I'm dead. If you ever have to go to like the cinema in Japan, this is what you have to sit through at the end of a movie. People sit through the credits and they do not get up. So now we're experiencing that together right here. We're just sitting and watching the credits like we're in a cinema in Japan. Sure, you can leave. No one's forcing you to leave or stay. But you're gonna be the awkward foreigner, alright? I'm just warning you. If you walk out, people are gonna go like, ah. Typical. Always watch with credits for everything. Good. That's how we do it here. Man, I'm drinking water, but my throat is dry. It's not helping. But yeah, I've seen... I don't know, I guess I haven't shown too much of a new game. I've seen everything. I guess I've seen everything. It's just there's no availability to see like the gameplay. So I'm curious. I got pranked by a game once that generated endless credits. So okay, what game is that? I feel like I need to be warned what that game could be. That's pretty damn funny though. My god. And I did try to skip it. You can't skip the credits here. An indie game called Dead-Eye Deepfake Simulacra. Okay, I've never heard of it. Won't be playing it. Yeah, look at the credits go. Voice actors, of course. I wish I could be a voice actor in a video game, actually. I'm just coming up with this thought just now. You know what? I've never really thought of myself as a voice actor. I never wanted to be a voice actor in cartoons. What if I was a voice actor for video games? Maybe I could do it. Maybe I could pull it off. New goal unlocked. Be Nice Incorporated. It's a good company. No Reason Incorporated. We're at odds here. Alright. I want to be the random guy in the office with Grab to do one voice for a super low budget game. Oh man, to be that guy. I have a friend who worked at an animation studio, and unfortunately they never produced the movie. They were just like, hey, you should be a voice in this movie, which never came out. And he got to do that, and he said he performed horribly, really badly. Okay, final cutscene. But I wish that could happen to me. Oh man. Alright. Oh my god, I'm getting rolled. It does take a man to roll a man. What the hell? We're enjoying rolling. Why is it over the zone? Stay out of our way. Never come here again. It all came full circle. Man, time really flew by. It's been almost 3 hours and my throat is running a bit dry. So I think, man, I kind of wish I could keep streaming. That I can feel it in my throat. That it's time to leave because I have been having way fun. But I do wonder, I think in the future I would be able to pull off like 4-hour streams and stuff like that. So maybe one day. I never thought it would happen. It used to be the case. Oh, 1 hour stream, 2 hour stream. That's good enough for me. Maybe the next goal is 4 hours. That could be it. Thank you, everyone. I'm leveling up. It's true. It's true. Let's see who we could potentially raid. One day. One day. What if we raided Neo Antoine? I don't know this guy. I don't know him, but he seems like a cool guy. He's playing a Toho Rain game. So let's try him out. He seems to be into the same kind of aesthetics that I like. So let's go. Bye everyone, thank you for coming. See ya soon.